The cemetery manager gave me one piece of advice before my first night. If someone waves at you from inside the cemetery after closing, don't wave back. He laughed after saying it, but something about the way he looked at me made me wonder if it wasn't entirely a joke. I was 43 when I started working as the night security guard at an old cemetery on the edge of town. The job was simple. Lock the gates at sunset, patrol every hour, and make sure nobody was sleeping among the graves. The place had become a shelter for homeless people, and the city wanted someone there overnight. The first week was uneventful. The second week wasn't. Around 2 every morning, I started hearing a metal gate creak open somewhere deep inside the cemetery. I would grab my flashlight, walk toward the sound, and find every gate exactly where I had left it. Then I began noticing fresh footprints in the wet grass. They always started in the middle of the cemetery. They never led in from the fence. One night, I found an old folding chair sitting beside a grave that had been empty an hour earlier. The next night, the chair was gone. Then came the radio. Every patrol officer carried one, and mine had worked perfectly for years. But every night at exactly 2:14 a.m., loud static filled the speaker for about 10 seconds. Mixed in with the static was something that sounded almost like whispering. I couldn't make out the words. Until one night. This time I heard a voice clearly. "He's behind you." I spun around so fast that my flashlight slipped from my hand. There was nobody there. At least, that's what I thought. Then I noticed another beam of light moving between the graves. Someone else was walking through the cemetery. I called out, thinking it was another security guard. Nobody answered. The flashlight ahead of me kept moving slowly between the headstones before disappearing behind an old mausoleum. I followed it. When I reached the other side, the light was gone. Instead, I found an unlocked metal hatch hidden behind overgrown bushes. I'd walked past that spot dozens of times and had never noticed it. I lifted the hatch carefully. A narrow staircase disappeared underground. The air smelled damp, and I could hear movement somewhere below. I backed away and called the police. When officers arrived, they searched the tunnel beneath the cemetery. What they found explained everything. The passage connected to an abandoned drainage system that ran beneath several city blocks. A man had been living there for months, entering through the hidden hatch after dark and slipping into the cemetery each night. He carried an old flashlight, collected items people left at graves, and watched anyone who worked there from a distance. When police searched his makeshift shelter, they found dozens of notebooks. One page caught everyone's attention. It contained my full work schedule. Every shift. Every patrol time. Every break. He had been watching me long before I ever noticed him. The hatch was sealed with concrete the following week, and I finished out the month before handing in my resignation. People always assume cemeteries are frightening because of the people buried there. I learned they're much scarier because of the people who aren't.